The UFC could be the closest they've ever been to having an actual traditional samurai as a champion in their organization. And who are we speaking about, you may ask? Well, you're looking directly at the video, and you probably looked at the thumbnail, and that's part of the reason that you clicked on this video. But we're talking about the 28-3 professional mixed martial artist, and I believe the number 2 ranked light heavyweight in the UFC, in Jiri Prochazka. Jiri Prochazka has had a long and decorated mixed martial arts career, but he's recently only burst on the scene with 2 fights in the organization. 2 fights in the premier mixed martial arts organization in the world. One, a knockout victory over Volkan Oezdemir, former light heavyweight title challenger. And number 2, a spinning elbow knockout victory over the man who many believe arguably beat Jon Jones at UFC 247, which was also Jon Jones' last time inside an octagon, in Dominic the Devastator Reyes. So 2 vicious knockouts over 2 of the best light heavyweights in the world is what started off Prochazka's career. And now he's on the doorstep of the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Coming up this weekend on June 11th, in the UFC's first event in Singapore, he will be going up against one of the biggest veterans in mixed martial arts and the newly crowned UFC Light Heavyweight Champion in Glover Teixeira. Teixeira versus Prochazka is a fantastic fight, and there's different areas of the fight where both men can take over and easily wrap up the fight in 1 round or less. Whether it's Glover finding a way to get Jiri down to the ground, take his back, ground and pound his face into the mat, and strangle him for a victory to retain his title, or Jiri using his hypnotic movement in and out style, like a light heavyweight version of Dominic Cruz, to light up, trap, and put out the champion to become the new light heavyweight king. It's of high likelihood that this fight wouldn't go the distance, and it's either going to be Glover catching Jiri with his sneaky good boxing, including that left hook on the feet, wobbling him and putting him out with his hands, or as we said earlier, hurting him with his hands, finding a way to take him down to the ground and pounding his face into the mat and strangling him to retain the title and remain and still. When you look at each men's record, one thing that's very telling of Jiri Prochazka is that he has had a loss by submission, and it was due to a rear naked choke. Glover is such a decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist and one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts in mixed martial arts, and if Jiri goes to the ground, it's not going to be a good time for him. If he stays on the feet, Glover can catch him with his sneaky good boxing. As I said, he's very technical and tactical and sharp with his hands. But Jiri's movement, in and out style, angles, pivots, and awkward footwork could have Teixeira looking up at the lights in the blink of an eye. This fight is the best possible matchup in the light heavyweight division, aside from a potential fight between Rakic and Prochazka, which is something I've campaigned for a very long time. 28-3 for Jiri Prochazka, and a former Rizin light heavyweight champion. 25 knockouts to his name. 1 submission loss via rear naked choke years ago. However, Glover Teixeira gets hurt in all of his fights. But he finds a way to get through adversity, take you into his world, and drown you like a fish out of water. And that is exactly what Jiri would be if it gets to the ground. Now, Jiri Prochazka has been training at Fight Ready, and I believe he's also worked with the former light heavyweight champion in Jon Jones. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I do remember hearing about that. Both of these men are finishers, and I expect the finish to materialize for one of them this upcoming Saturday night at UFC 275. Jiri Prochazka 28-3 with 25 finishes. Glover Teixeira 33-7 with 28 finishes to his name. This fight will not go the distance. And the question at the end of the night will be, do we have a new king in Jiri Prochazka on top the throne at 205 pounds? Or has Glover Teixeira once again proved all the doubters wrong, and not only remained light heavyweight champion, but proved to be one of the best light heavyweights in the world and one of the most durable contenders in the UFC and in the history of mixed martial arts? We don't have the answers quite yet, but like I said, this Saturday night when the cage door closes and the bell rings, we will get the answers that we're looking for. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, slap a Kimura on the like button and a Darce choke on the subscribe button, and leave your thoughts in the comment sections. Thank you all, and have a great night.